Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Chris Dennis here, putting specialist and short game performance coach. So today we're talking about these golf balls again. You will see that I did a video with James Robinson on Monday using these golf balls and showed how they would be very good for anybody practicing the short game through the winter, whether it's in England or abroad. But on your putting and your chipping, even on your pitching, you're going to get a lot of feedback to help you work out yourself without having a lesson what you might be doing wrong. You might try and correct that. If not, when you go for a lesson, you're going to be able to tell the pro, myself or somebody else, why you maybe are doing it wrong and what you need to do to fix it. But again, when you're at home and when you're practicing through the winter, you want to be getting feedback, you want to be getting ready for the new season ahead and start to figure out what you're doing wrong, not just playing the old guess it game. Watch a few videos, try a few different things, try this, try that. And what I'm going to show you today is putting. I'm going to use a nice and orange ball. I'm going to show you putting. I'm going to show you what you can do to understand why your ball or how your ball is rolling, and then start to work out maybe why, what you're doing at setup, what you're doing in your motion that might be causing that. So if you're somebody who has a figure of 8, you might be cutting across the ball. Right, we can see that you're hitting across the ball. Can we get your path to work out the opposite way? And that might start to neutralise your putts. So the first way we're going to look at it is we're going to look at it as if you are actually getting backspin or whether you're getting topspin straight off the putter. So one of the things we want to see in putting is if I have this ball down here now, what we'd like to see is that you're slightly hitting up on the ball, because the ball will always sit in a little indent. We're hitting slightly up with loft off the putter, and that will get the ball coming off with topspin and get it rolling straight away. What we don't want to see is you coming down on the golf ball. It's going to add backspin just like if you're hitting a wedge. With a wedge, perfect. With a putter, not so perfect for your distance control. So the first angle we're going to get, and I'll film this up after and put it on screen, is from just in front with the ball lined up like this, and start to see, can we get the ball rolling end over end, not having any backspin. And you'll also see how it launches. Does it jump up in the air when you hit it? Are you somebody when you're on the putting green sees the ball bobble and pop up, or are you somebody who sees it rolling straight end over end? Here you're going to get the exact, you're going to be able to see exactly what it's doing. So I'm going to film that now, and then we'll put that up on the screen and we'll talk through it. So I've just filmed that angle up first now, so I've got that angle and we can see it on the screen here. I'm also going to put it onto the screen on the video, but I'm going to play this through now, and what we can start to see is how, as the putter goes away, it is in slow motion, so it will eventually get there. Putter moves away, and now we're going to see if it's going to get some top spin straight off, or is it going to have any backspin. So it comes in nice and square. Bounces nice and neutral, but there from the golf ball being half and half, you can really start to get the feedback. So we can really start to see how it starts with the topspin. I'll put it on slower motion now so you can see when it does start, and then get straight into a roll. It's not bouncing, it's not jumping, it's not bobbling, because that's going to be something that's going to really affect your distance control. And if you're somebody who struggles with your distance control, really start to look at this. And I want you to comment below, guys, if you want me to go more into depth, show you something that's coming down onto the ball, show you backspin. Is that something you're interested in, you want to see with these golf balls? And then we can go through that, we can compare, we can show you what things at setup might be causing that. So obviously you've got a better understanding of what you might be doing when you have a look at your own stroke. The next bit of the stroke I'm going to do is now filming with the ball, which you can't see on screen, so I'm going to move the screen now. So the second way, now you can see it on screen, is like this. So now we're going to start to see if you're putting cut spin on there, if you're putting hook spin on there, what you are doing and why that is happening. And that's the second part we want to see. So if you're somebody who sets up and we see you hit a ball and it rolls like that, well, we know, like you can see there from my stroke, I've cut across that to exaggerate it. What we want to do is start to see that when I make a putt, we're going to see that that ball, we can still see the two different colours rolling. That wasn't perfect, but I'm going to film that up in slow motion and also put that on the screen to give you an understanding of what you might start to see. And again then, you might start to see a pattern. If you're somebody who puts cut spin on the ball, let's say, you're going to have to aim higher on left to right putts, because you're going to put more brake onto the putt. You know, just like with your driver, if you put more fade on it, a lot of people's tendency is to aim further left. The same on the putting green. And the opposite, if you're somebody who puts hook spin on it, your right to lefters, you're going to have to aim higher. Yeah? So it's about making sure that you know what your tendencies are. If you're missing putts, it might be nice and simple now using these golf balls through the winter to break down why you've been missing them all last season. And like I say, we're trying to get you to be able to fix yourself. Okay, you might have to still have a lesson to know exactly what you're doing with your mechanics, but you'll have a better understanding when you go to your lesson, and you're going to get more out of your lesson. And that's the biggest point. These golf balls aren't going to cure you, they're going to give you feedback, but when you go to a lesson, you can get straight to the point of what you need to work on and really get to it and have a little bit more understanding, because a lot of people come to lessons, no idea what they're doing wrong, and the pro could tell you anything. I'm not saying anything against the industry, but there you really need to get straight to the point of what you're doing. If you're having an hour session, you can get the numbers, you can know the tendencies, and then you can go and get a lot better feedback and improve quicker. So let me film this one up slow motion. We'll go the yellow and blue for this one, for the occasion. And I'll start to show you, my tendency is often to leave the putter face open, and I always miss putts a little bit to the right if I'm not letting my hands release and let the club head square up. So it'll be interesting to see if that's still the same pattern. That's been the pattern for me for 15 years probably. I'm still working on it, as we all are. But we'll start to see if that's the same pattern, and then I know what drills that I need to go to correct that and start to get me rolling it better and holding more putts. So guys, I've loaded that up now, and I will put it on the screen again like I said, and we're going to now see if I am still having a little bit of cut spin on there. So if I play this video for us now, and it will be on the screen bigger than you, because with my eyes I could barely see that. So right, let's see when it goes away. So I'm going to see the stroke, works nicely inside, comes pretty neutral back. It's pretty neutral, but you see there it's starting to have a little bit of a wobble. So there was ever such a bit of slight cut spin, very slight. So I have been practicing. I've been playing a little bit as well. So, and these golf balls really encourage me to practice because it gives you real feedback, and it really makes me strive to get the ball rolling end over end, just because I've got OCD, and that's the thing that most people with OCD would do. So you can really get the feedback there. I know that I've been working on trying to get that putter head to release. I can see that it's working, but I can still see that I need to have a little bit more practice. And the drill that I have been working on a lot for myself is a little bit of right hand only, and letting the butt of the club swing a bit better and stay pointing towards my belly button. So I've also been using the alignment stick in the back of the putter head. I have been using the ping putter, but in the sternum here, getting that into there and getting that matching up now as I take it away and go through, very much gets me releasing that club. So for me, I start to see what I need to work on, I start to see how I can improve, and this golf ball will do that for you. It's very clear. If you miss striking it, it will give you a lot of feedback. So I want you to comment below and comment, do you want to see more information about these? If you are cutting across there, what's the 3 main things that I see for that? If I'm putting hook spin on, what I again see the most common things are there. And the same with backspin. You can get too much topspin, but it's very rare that I see people with too much topspin. But you know, what are the causes for backspin? In the coming weeks, I'll go through with short game how we can start to see what kind of shots you're playing and what that will do to the golf ball. Very similar, if you're cutting across, you're going to start to see that, but you'll start to see the patterns that you are doing by buying these golf balls. Again, you only need to buy a sleeve of 3. I would hope you wouldn't lose them on the putting green and short game area, but I've managed to do that by doing a video, putting the balls into the hole and then walking off. So at least you won't be filming yourself. So get out there, give that a try guys, comment below what patterns you're starting to see. I'm also going to be bringing something out shortly, maybe in the new year, with memberships where you can get online lessons monthly to go through tips and drills on your own game once you've practiced these sorts of drills and you've got some feedback for me. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Comment below what more videos you'd like to see with these golf balls, and I will see you again later on in the week.